Observer pattern. What is observer pattern? It defines one-to-many dependency between objects when data change, state change, I should say, in one object result in all these dependents being notified and updated accordingly. So basically, there could be multiple observers observing a change in a subject, and when subject state changes, subject will notify all its observers. Okay. When to use it to implement distributed event handling system. Okay, so participants, observable. So this is an interface or abstract class defining operations for attaching and detaching observers to the client. Okay, this class is called a subject. So subject is the one that observers will register its interest of being notified. Okay, and then we have a concrete observable, which is basically implementation of observable interface. This is the one that actually maintains the state of the object, and when the change in the state occurs, it will notify all attached observers. Now, observer, this is an interface or abstract class defining operations to be performed to notify this object, and these are concrete observers. Okay, so let's see an example of observer pattern. Again, observer pattern is one of the easy patterns to understand. Okay, so let's go to observer pattern. Yeah, I have just a general case because this is pretty simple. So here we have observable subject. So this is the one that extends, in fact, Java observable, the abstract class. Okay, so in this case, it has a name and state. Okay, and so what's important is change state. So when change state is being invoked by someone, the state will be changed with the past state, and then these are two methods that need to be invoked, and in fact these are two methods from this observable observable abstract class. Okay, so you have to call set changed, and then you are going to notify observers method passing state. Okay, what happens when you call observer notify observers method? All the observables will be notified. So in this case, we have observer. Observer implements observer interface, and this update method will be invoked with observable, the subject object, and these are the arguments. Okay. Okay, so we have a two observer. Okay, so if you take a look at the client code, we create the observable subject. Okay, and then we create two observers. One is observer A, is observer A. I'm gonna call it A observer, and then we are going to call add observer method of observable object. So we are basically registering this observer A. Okay, so this will be notified when there is a change of state. We are also adding observer B as well. So the reason I actually have this one to be in a variable is because I want to be able to remove this observer later on. Okay, so at this point we have two observers who are registered to the subject. Okay, and now we are going to call the change state method of the observable object, the subject. We're going to change it to red. Okay, and now you should be able to actually see messages, update method of observer A and observer B's update method should be invoked. So in this case, update method will be invoked. Okay. Okay. Actually, I want the client. Okay. So at this point we should actually see two messages, and then we remove these A observers. At this point, observable has only a single observer, observer B I should have said, and then we change the state, and then only observer B's update method will be invoked. Okay, so let's take a look at the result. So we're going to actually run it. Okay, so you can see when this change state method is invoked, both observer B and A, they are notified. Okay, and then we remove observer A. Okay, and then we change the state, and you can see only observer B will be notified. Okay, let's see, and let me see if there are any questions. Does it notify all observers for this JVM or all observers in the same package? We're talking about the JVM. Yes. Let's see. Okay, so the homework. So you are going to do homework. Yeah, so in this case, we are going to construct the restaurant system. So here we have so when a cook is done with cooking, it should notify the waiter and the cashier. So I should say waiter and cashier. So we are talking about two observers. Okay. So you are going to create the waiter class and the cashier class. Okay, those are observers. So you should actually implement observer interface. Then you are going to create the cook class, which extends observable. So cook is being observed by the waiter and cashier. So when the cook is done, it will notify both waiter and cashier. Okay, so when so you create the cook, and you are going to add waiter and cashier as observers, and then cook finish cooking. This will notify both waiter and cashier. Okay. All right. So I'm going to give you guys about 10 minutes, 10 to 15 minutes to do this exercise and homework.